Big Country.
What's good, people?
What's going down, man? How you feeling on this fine day, man?
I'm a little irritated, but you already know
I do
why.
know why. I do know why.
No, I'm a firm believer in holding people to their word. I'll just say that if you give me your word on something, be man or woman enough to keep your word, no matter who you are.
Understood. Understood.
Yeah,
It is what it is. It's
I'm a
part
little
of that.
sensitive, sometimes.
sensitive.
Well, everybody call me sensitive, but I realize the only way you could be sensitive is if you care about that person.
Yeah, it's all
Because
love.
if you're not sensitive with them,
You're not
then it's
vulnerable.
like,
If I'm not vulnerable to you, then I can't be sensitive towards you.
yes,
It's like a cut. You know what I'm saying? If you have a cut on your arm, that area is sensitive to touch, sensitive, But
yeah,
if there's no scar or nothing that can, be used against you, then it's just you touching skin.
exactly.
So yeah.
And sometimes people don't understand when you're in your feelings is because you can do that damage. For other people, does it really matter?
I don't think it does.
Like-
It really wouldn't.
Like
But-
if a person on the street did it, you wouldn't give two craps. I'm like, okay,
Okay.
and
It happens. Yeah. With that, because one of the questions we got here, because we was gonna go a different way, but we can go that way. Can you let your guard down and cry in front of your spouse?
well,
We all know that a woman can cry in front of her man. Majority of
Yes.
women have the ability to cry in front of their men, because it's expected.
for the most part, as a women, as a man, your woman at some point in time will cry in front of you, whether it's something you did, something work did, something their family did. So those things will happen, and you have to gauge those things accordingly
Yeah.
and do what you need to do. And that's cool. But the question of is if a man can cry in front of a woman, that's a hard thing.
And keep the same, dynamic. Because this question would be for a traditional type situation.
Like,
So, how can you maintain the head of your household's title, but you shed a tear?
see, the hardest thing is if you are the head of your household, most of the time everything leans, falls on you.
Right.
So most guys do not cry because if that one pillar is weak, the whole house is gonna fall.
Yeah, you the base, you the foundation.
Yes.
So if you crying, then
Like, for example, there are times where, like, my wife gets mad at me because she's like, "Oh, you're so nonchalant. Like, things don't bother you that much." You'd be surprised what bothers me and what doesn't bother me.
do you feel do you feel like keeping that barrier up between is necessary?
Well,
Because growing up, people always was like, "Oh, your wife knows everything about you." But I can honestly say that Ronnie knows a lot about me. She knows a lot more about me than everyone else.
yeah,
But probably not my mom. I would say my mom knows the most. But that's because it's part of the raising, right?
yeah,
My dad, close second, but that's also because he raising. Half of what I think is how he thinks. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
And then my wife at this point would be a third place.
Well, I would say it like this: each person knows something about you, but it depends on what it is. Because, like, things about me that I don't think my wife really 100% knows. She knows
Right.
vaguely, but she doesn't know deeply,
yeah.
like knowing exactly, because it's like certain things. And I know somebody's gonna say, "Well, you should trust with everything you got." Yes, but if you use it, I don't care if it's an accident or a purpose. It's still the same result.
It puts a certain dynamic out that shouldn't be out. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like at that point, I gave you something that I needed you to protect. Like if I give you something to protect, and
Yes.
then you weaponize it against me,
Yes, I don't care if you accidentally weaponized it or you purposely weaponized it.
it makes
You
it
still
a character,
weaponized
it makes it a character flaw. It's not.
Yes.
It's like, okay, so now if I gave you that piece and then you used it, like I said, weaponize it against me, and I grow distant and you get even less information than you once did before, you'll start to notice it. You'll be like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, he barely tossed me. He barely does this, that, and the third with me anymore.
Yes.
But it's like it wasn't necessarily me. It was you, and this is a result of what you did.
Exactly.
Right.
But a lot of people don't understand that. And with most men, it's like there are certain things. I trust my wife more than anybody in the world. I love my wife to death.
No.
Until she shows me otherwise, yes, she will be the person that I trust because I decided to share my life with her. But am I going to give her every piece of what makes me a whole? I don't know. That's kind of hard because, for example, like I was saying with me, my wife thinks I'm very nonchalant. I'm not nonchalant. I just don't show my feelings too much to my wife. Because if I do show my feelings so much to my wife, how I feel is she's going to be like, what the hell to do? Because you don't really know what to do. Because if I'm not worried about it, you're like, okay,
Right.
well, he's not worried. So I'm stable because
He's
he's not worried.
Right.
As the man of the house, that's part of your job. Hey,
word.
I don't want my wife to be worried about anything.
Right.
So I go out, I get it done the way I need to get it done and do what I need to do. But now if I break down, like, man, like, for example, if I'm like, man, we need money for these bills. I have no way of getting it. And I just break down in front of her and just like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah,
we're going to be out on the street.
Then she
She-
gonna be like, what?
I'm like, huh? Shit, high's going to get big.
And
And
intense
she's
pressure.
gonna be like, oh,
Intense pressure.
or this
It's
just
really
got
hit
real.
the fan.
Yes, this
But
really got real.
I also feel like because you don't put that out, you don't have that energy often. I feel like it increases the effect should you ever have it. It's like if you've never been in a fist fight and then you get in one, like you're gonna talk about it more because it's like I never been in a fist fight. You know what I'm saying? It's like I never seen him disheveled. So the second that I saw him lose composure, I'm like, whoa, it must really be bad because I've seen bad where I would have freaked and he didn't freak. So if he does, then now I know he only freaking on category 5 tornadoes. He don't
Now-
worry about the fourth.
But
1 through
that's
4.
the thing is, yes, when it's time for us to really worry about something, I want my wife to know, hey, baby, this is something we gotta make sure we take care of. But I have to say it calm and cool because that's like the captain of the ship.
Yeah.
If the captain over here, okay, for example, if you're on a plane right now, oh, you feel a little turbulence. Long as the captain don't come on and go, doom, oh, like, hold up. If the captain goes on and says, you know what? I'm sorry, this came from Aries Spears. He was talking about, man, like, I would never want to be on a plane, and my captain says, you know what? I ain't got time for this. To hell with it. And then goes out of the cockpit. Hey, Cap, what you need? You need something?
Calm
You need a drink? You, whatever you need, I
Calm
got
down.
you.
But first of all, Soul Plane. When Snoop Dogg was talking about his baby mama issues,
Yeah.
and he said I could just crash his sister. I was like, don't get me wrong, the movie is not the greatest movie, but that scene, I was like, if that ever happened, I'll be done flying forever.
Like, I'm just saying, you never want the captain to...
No, the
you
captain
never-
can't freak.
Nah, bro. You're like, you can't be the one... like,
You
nah,
can't
you got to
lose.
keep your composure.
You gotta keep it.
because if
Everybody.
you don't keep it, everybody going crazy. Hold up.
Whoa.
What? Hold
What-
up. You saying we
whoa.
about to crash? Man, everybody's going to have a problem automatically.
But my thing, what I want to ask, in reference, or what I want to ask is this: is there a toxic nature from this? Because if I can't ever express it to where I feel like, hey, we in danger, and I want to be
Like, I'm not saying that a man, I'm not saying that a man cannot cry, but I truly do feel you have to pick and choose your battles. Just like I would tell a lot of ladies, if you're gonna complain about everything, you ain't gonna be there that long.
Right.
Like if you have a complaint about everything that goes on in the relationship, in the marriage, in the friendship, whatever, you're not gonna keep that long, because nobody wants to hear that all the time. Just like no woman in her right mind wants to see their man like every time something bad happens.
Because
Just
the first
crying.
thing they gonna do, he cried more than me.
Yeah, it's like, hold up, really? This is who protecting you?
This is
And
the
then
guy?
you're gonna have some woman out there, or it'll even be a dude. This your man?
Yeah.
This you?
This what you decided. This what you
Yeah.
wanted.
Don't let it be an ex. Oh, that's him?
I made.
That's the
him?
dude that you
That's-
chose?
That's too better than me.
Oh, the dude over there crying?
Boo, Mr. Boo.
Like, oh, you see all them poses of tears right there?
You see that right there?
You can almost make a swimming pool right there.
Right there. Wet and Wild over there. Hurricane Harbor over here.
Mr. Oh, my feelings so hurt. Man, you can find so many things to say about it. And let's be honest, the woman would have an issue with it too. Yes, there are going to be so many women. No, my man can cry on my shoulder and everything. Let your man cry on your shoulder
thing
too
is,
many times.
Part of me is like, I don't. As much as I don't want to cry on my wife's shoulder, bro.
I don't either.
I'm like, oh, like if I gotta cry, it's like, first of all, it's very difficult.
Yeah.
Oh, as I've grown older, I find far less to cry about. Like I just like I don't know, because I'm at a certain point you just been through so much craziness that you like the stories I can tell just by reaching 34 would make you be like, nigga, it can't be like that. I'd be like, yeah, it's just like
just
that.
like that.
It's
Just like that. Oh, you
like
didn't think so?
that,
Let me go
bro.
and hit you with one more.
Let me show you. But the crazy thing is when you're talking to another man, like we can go back and forth with craziness all, especially black men. Like I could talk to you about something, you be like, yeah, bro, but look, did this ever happen? Be like, nah, bro. Then I can. It's like
we could always hit each other with that,
a back and forth,
bruh.
Like I can top it.
I can hit you with that.
I can hit you something a little bit harder.
Man, when I hear people with my stories, they like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Like when I tell people my stories, bro, I don't know what to tell. I don't. They really hate you like that?
They really do.
Yeah.
And we need to get to the bottom of that. Okay,
Man,
if
we'll
they
never
ever watch,
and they will never answer. Nobody ever
look, I just
answers the question.
I just want to know, y'all, why can't Jeremy ever come to the functions? Person, I'm asking. It's on video. You hear,
bruh?
Why
You
can't
can
he
post
ever?
it and show it to every one of them. All they're going to do is not comment at all, or somebody gonna say, "Oh, it was so long ago," but you'll never hear nothing.
Like it's almost like they do this line of slavery. That was so long ago. Let it go, but you ain't let it go.
Yeah.
Not you, but you know.
Yeah,
it's what
they
it
haven't
is.
let it go. That's how it's always
All
gonna
right, while we talking about status and vulnerability in men in the relationship,
be.
you asked the question: Can a man, or not just man, can your spouse lose a fight in front of you, and you maintain the same level of respect?
Okay, I asked this on Facebook. And I got quite a few people that commented back on this. The whole idea was it's a one-on-one fight. You fight, but you end up losing. The whole idea I was thinking about, I'm not saying this is right, but I'm just saying in my mind, I would think that a woman would lose a little respect for her man because of all the ideas and parameters we put out here about a man supposed to protect,
Right.
provide. If you get beat up in front of your woman, you did not protect her from that man.
Well, technically, no. You can lose a fight and still protect your woman. If you got beat up for her to get away, or you got beat up so that she didn't get beat, like you still protected.
So if you and a dude, let's just say hypothetically, and I know this sounds bad because it is bad, like your wife gets into an argument with a man, you come like, hey baby, slide through. Hey man, you ain't gonna talk to my woman like that. And all of a sudden he catches you with a left hook and sleeps you right there.
My question is, does he proceed to talk to my
Now,
wife that way?
first of all, you know he's gonna do that. This your man?
That's your man?
That's your man?
That's who protecting you?
Now, again, he gonna go back to what he was saying to your wife.
Back to my dialogue. Back to my line of dialogue.
What, like, I'm not saying it's right because anybody can lose a fight. It all depends on the right day, right time. Professional fighters have lost the fight. I know everybody out here swears they're Superman. Nobody is invincible.
Superman. Everybody, it's always someone.
But every woman that I spoke with, except for one, his mother-in-law, was the only woman that said, no, she would never, no matter what, lose respect for her man. Every other woman said it depend on the situation. Like if he was talking trash and he got slapped, yes, they would lose respect for him. If he said he could fight, and in this situation he lost, fight. She would lose respect for him.
Okay. Just because. Now, granted, I'm also believing you shouldn't lose respect for your man for losing a fight. And I mean, I understand there's certain situations where there is a chance. Yeah, it is what it is. You know, if you pick in a fight and you lose or whatever. But my question is, because if your wife jumped bad on some other lady and she lose a fight, do you lose respect?
As a guy, you're not. I don't really know too many men that will honestly think of it that same way. Like, I know we don't like to play the whole double standard, but let's be honest. What guy is really going to be like, man, my baby lost a fight. I can't respect her no more.
But this is what I'm saying, because it's going to be a sly remark. Do you think you have like, if she started talking crazy again to some other lady, you ain't going to be like, baby,
I would be. I would. Okay. Now, I would say it like this: if, let's say, my wife got into a fight, she lost the fight badly, like she didn't even put her hands up and got beat down, I would be like, baby, like after this is all said and done, baby, yeah, we're gonna have to get you in the ring. You're gonna have to use some boxing classes, do something like.
But that means you lost respect for her.
No, her hands, because I don't expect any real woman to have hands like that. Most women I know have hands of hood rats.
Yeah.
Like how many regular ladies do you be like, you know what? She got hands just by looking at her.
We need to put that question in the group. How many girls out there know they got hands?
Like most women that know they got hands is because all they do is fight. Like they hood rats, they fight.
What is an arena, or what is a task in which your wife doesn't perform in, which you feel like you lose respect for her?
Kids. Yeah.
Like in what? Like
okay, like. If I'm better than you at everything with the kids, I would kind of lose a little respect for you. I'm like, because, you know, they always talk about women being more nurturing.
No, okay, well, we're going to get into that, too.
Yeah, we're going to get into that, so we ain't got to hop right there. We ain't got to get into that just yet.
So, just child care.
Like, it would have to be something that I know you said you were that good at. Like, right. Me, I'm great at a lot of things. I'm not trying to boost or brag or anything like that. I love to cook. I love to clean. My grandmother was a maid for like 30 some odd years. My mom taught me how to clean. My grandmother taught her how. So cleaning is my niche. Ironing clothes. I'm great at ironing clothes. Do I do it all the time? No.
I don't iron
but
nothing.
Like, if I want to, I get in there with the best of them.
Scrub it out.
Like, my wife get mad because sometimes the way I do my clothes, I have my clothes color coordinated.
I have a special way to fold, though.
That's just me. So I wouldn't expect you to be as great as me on those things. But now, if you told me you were great at let's just use cooking for example. If you said you were a great cook, man, everybody loves your cooking. I expect when I go in there, man, I'm supposed to be sucking on my fingers. Now, if I go in there, I'm like what is it on Facebook? You see the little pink chicken and all that stuff. It's like
I don't know if I could ever accept pink chicken.
You know what? We're gonna get that back to you. You know what?
Keep that.
I go out to eat. You don't want? Nah, I'm good. I need my insides. I need my stomach.
Yeah, I need that.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
That I would lose a little respect because you gave me all that hype about how you were good at it. Or, like for example, if we talk about back in the day, there were so many women talking about how they could put it down. Lies.
Well,
lies.
You also got to take into account these are women who, at this time, they fresh into college. They ain't who they thought they were. Everybody trying.
But my thing is just like when all the women talking about, oh, they can hang, they could do all this kind of stuff. Oh, you know, they ain't never been put in no position by no man. They always knocking the dudes out and all that real quick. Okay. Now you tap out that quick. In my mind, I'm like, what happened to all that trash you were talking?
You were just more prepared than the guys you.
I don't care. Like that's a lot. No. That's like all them people getting there with Mike Tyson talking about how much they gonna they gonna knock Mike out, and Mike slept him in 15 seconds.
Yeah.
Nigga, what happened to all that? What happened to everything you said you were gonna do? Well,
everybody got a plan so you get hit in the mouth.
Exactly. And I got that T-shirt. I wear that T-shirt everywhere I go work out. When I go work out, everybody has a plan till they get hit in the mouth.
Yeah. I'm not believing that though.
It's a fact. It's actually a known fact in any fighting arena. It's not the person that can hit the best that wins. It's the person that can take the hit and adapt. Because so many people are like, oh, I could throw a mean hit. But what happens when you get hit?
Yeah.
That's the big thing. Because if you one of them, oh, I fold up like suitcase every time somebody hit me, it don't matter if you got the greatest punch in the world. Can you get that one off before the other person gets theirs?
Can you handle it? Nah, probably can't.
But that's all I'm saying. If you hype it up, talking about that's what you want.
Anything that a woman hypes up or takes pride in her abilities to do, if she then turns around and can't do it, you feel like that's false advertising.
Yes.
I lost respect.
Yes, but that's the same thing with how I think a lot of ladies think with men. If I talk about how I look, like, for example, on here, I tell people all the time, I like to cook. Yeah. Now, if my wife was like, that dude trash at cooking, you don't think my wife would lose respect? You talk all that trash on the podcast about cooking, cleaning, all this stuff, and you can't do none of it.
Every time you made a meal, I threw it away.
Like, every single time. Like, you would lose respect. Like, man.
He ain't what he say he is.
That's what Kevin Gates was talking about when he was like, man, I don't be paying attention to dude when they be talking all that yin yang. I be looking at that girl. When that girl start rolling their eyes and all that like this.
He ain't who he say he is.
Yeah. You knew he ain't who he said he was. He done did this in front of you so many times, you don't believe him.
Right.
So, why should I believe you?
That's a good question.
Like, anything I've said, I could back it up.
Yeah.
And that's why it's like, I'm not going to hype myself up on no stuff I can't do. That's like, if you saying, I know how to sew. I know how to cook, clean, whatever you want to say.
I know how to make a home.
Yes, I know how to make a house a home. Well, you better be able to make a house a home. Giving me sex is not making a house a home. Yeah. Yes, it's good, but that's not going to make the house a home. You need to do what you're supposed to do.
You gotta be legend.
You said you could do it. That's like right now. If I said, okay, I'm a provider. I work, I cook, I clean, I do all these things. I take care of my kids. But then somebody goes and asks my wife, I ain't had a job in the last 2 years.
And your kid.
My kid's bad as hell.
Your kid's bad, don't know you.
Yeah, like
who? My dad ain't nobody.
Like when you
That'd be
walk into
terrible.
my house, there's food, trash, and everything everywhere.
No respect.
You would lose all respect.
because you ain't hold your word.
Exactly.
Right.
And they always tell you, a man without his word is not a man.
But they don't ever say a woman without her word is not a woman.
We ain't gonna go into that because that's gonna be a whole nother thing. Because I believe a woman's word can be twisted, tweaked, and they always say it's a woman's prerogative to change her mind.
I want it to be a man's prerogative to change his mind.
That
I don't
sound
think
good.
that would be beneficial for
No.
men though, because like as a man, I've made a lot of verbal contracts. Like I said, I'll be there. I
Mhm.
need people to know if I say it, B-Hunt gonna pull up.
Exactly.
You ain't got a question. If I get there and I decide I don't want to help you no more, that's different.
I showed up.
I showed
just
up.
realized.
When I got here, I made another verbal contract. I'm going home, and that's the end of it.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna do my absolute best to tell you what I'm gonna do when I'm gonna do it, and then in turn go and do that.
Like, we all know so many women that have been upset by men that have broken their word. Like, oh, he's a great father. Nigga trash.
Garbage.
Oh, he don't do nothing for his kids. He don't do nothing for no one. All he does is pick them up maybe once a month. All that kind of stuff.
Like what was the movie with Sean Wayne? And he said, "I'm here to pick up my son."
Oh, yeah, he picked him up.
Picked him
Oh,
up.
Don't Be a Menace in South Central.
That ain't dumb. That ain't dumb.
That is Don't Be a
No,
Menace.
because it was Dance Flick. Because it had
Oh.
Damon Wayne's son in there too.
Okay. You sure that's
I'm
not?
positive.
Okay. I'll let you have that one.
I'm telling you, we'll look it up later. We're going to look at it. But yeah, so you say anything that because I just feel like the reason we don't make it where you lose respect for a woman in a fight is because men don't value women's hands, bro.
Of course.
Like, I don't ever see like a woman like, oh, she got them hands. Like Ronda Rousey, she technically, she lost that match. And, for her, because she had lost before, she took it hard. And her whole life, she's been called a champion, right?
Mm-hmm.
But in my mind, I was like, don't get me wrong. Who cares?
Yeah, you
Like,
lost one.
You lost one.
First of all, there ain't too many fighters in the UFC universe that have never lost.
Yeah. No,
There's
won.
only a rare few.
Yeah, and you're a woman. Not saying it in a negative way, but like I don't put that on you like you have to win. Like Conor McGregor went to boxing, lost. I ain't losing not a lick of respect for that man in UFC.
But the thing is, he's lost in the UFC too.
And I still didn't lose a lick of
And
respect.
you didn't lose no respect for him then. Bro, if you are a professional fighter, like, unless you are setting up all your fights, which Floyd Mayweather did,
Stop
whether
that.
a lot of people don't want to talk about it.
Don't do that.
But,
Don't talk
bro,
about
if
Floyd.
I wait till you get past your prime,
He
that's
didn't
you
wait.
that is you setting up
They
your
didn't
fight.
want to take the test. They didn't want to do that.
So why didn't he fight Zab Judah anymore? One time.
Cause Zab
Why?
just
One.
is what it is sometimes. Sometimes you don't want to fight somebody to say we did that. We passed that.
One time?
One time.
One time. Like, no, you know
Hey,
what?
look,
Nah,
look,
I'm
look.
good.
My thing about it, when it comes to Floyd Mayweather, we as black people need our greats, bro. Don't get me wrong. Some of the stuff he do, I be like, chill, bro. Don't be like that.
First
But
of
when
all,
it come to boxing, you can't necessarily go You can't go wrong if you spit out a Mike Tyson. You can't go wrong with a Muhammad Ali, Lennox.
but you do realize
can't go.
at some point in time, if you keep boxing, if you keep fighting,
You're gonna lose.
you're going to lose.
Yeah,
That's
time
why
gets us
Floyd
all.
stopped.
Father Time has a
Yes.
perfect record. You get too old for this.
And a lot of people, don't want to talk about it. Muhammad Ali lost.
Yeah.
But the thing was, he was past his. Muhammad Ali was on his way out. That was like one of his last fights. With what was it? The dude that Mike Tyson said he gonna come.
Buster Douglas?
Nah. I forgot his name. Was it Leon Spinks?
I don't know.
I can't remember
I
his
gotta
name.
look it
That
all
gonna
up.
bother me. But the thing was, he lost. Muhammad Ali lost to him. So Mike Tyson Later on, like the next couple of years, came back and fought him and beat the brakes off of him.
Yeah, but
And
that,
he
he
told
was,
Muhammad Ali,
but
"Hey, I'm gonna do this for you, bro."
the thing about it is, that guy was past his prime too.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
But
Okay.
everybody will lose when you get past your
Everybody,
prime.
You get past your prime, you could take an L. Because the best
That's
thing
why.
about it is retirement saves you. You can.
Exactly.
That's why I'm like Mayweather. Preserve the leg. I'm out, bro. I did like people looking at Mayweather for what he did in the ring. I'm looking at Mayweather for what he did. I was in a profession.
His props.
I was in a profession where most people come out with some form of injury or something crazy and popped off. I left. I'm fine. I'm good. I have no, as far as I know anyway, I have no, illnesses or conditions from boxing. I just stopped. And my record is perfect.
Yeah, and I'll give him that because you picked, you chose, you set things up the way you wanted to.
Respect.
And I'm like, I'm not going to knock him for that. I'm not knocking him for that. My whole thing is everybody has their time.
And since everybody has their time,
he just knew when to get out. He was like, you know what?
Say that when old dude lost the fight in front of his girl, that wasn't his time. Maybe he do got hands.
Now, if you're fighting in front of your girl, especially if you're the aggressor, you better be the one that can back it up. If you can't back it up, bro, why are you aggressing?
Because sometimes you in that moment and sometimes you gotta proceed.
But your woman know who you are.
Okay.
And your woman will come back one day, oh, you getting aggressive with her. Oh, but you didn't do that to such and such when he knocked you out.
Yeah.
And yes, I am pretty sure most ladies, I'm not saying all, but most ladies, if you got knocked out in front of your woman, and then let's say 6 months from later, you in your feeling, acting a little feminine, all soft and everything, and you want to tell her how she ain't this and she ain't that. She gon', I got that joker right here, bow on the table. Well, you didn't say all that when such and such knocked you out. What happened to all that aggression when he did that to you?
Yeah. And that's when I'm single.
I'm living the single life.
All right, what it is, what I'm gonna do. So, I asked a question: who's more nurturing, men or women?
You asking me this question?
I'm asking you right now.
I think I'm very nurturing. I think I am.
But as a whole,
As a whole, it depends on what you consider nurturing is. Okay. Like if you're saying just like the fact coddling, caring, oh, let me baby you, take care of you, kiss your boo-boos and stuff, I would say women.
But I feel like a certain part of that ain't nurturing, bro. Like, okay, supporting somebody. If you did a crime or something, and I knew you did that crime, I knew 100% that you did that crime, and you was a woman, not you as a woman, but a woman, come back and be like, oh, nah, y'all need to let him, y'all gotta, and she supports you through that. And even go through put her house up to bail you out. She ain't nurturing you, bro.
Yeah, that's more coddling.
That's coddling. See? That's coddling.
But
women coddle more than men. Men are more nurturing, bro. Because I'm helping you and pushing you forward, trying to educate you, better you. So a man, you do that same crime, I'm not going to put the house up for you if I know you did it. Nah, go ahead and sit that one out. Because you got something you need to learn. Obviously, you want to be there. I need to let you learn that lesson because that's the best thing I could do for you.
So we have the definition for nurturing here.
Care for and encourage the growth or development of, right? Okay. Help encourage the development of cherish a hope, belief, or ambition. For a long time, she had nurtured the dream of buying a shop. Maybe if she cherished her son so much, she nurtured the dream that he ain't a piece of trash. Like,
I mean, well, if you're trying to teach them in
men
every way
teach,
possible,
bro. That's what I'm telling you. Men teach. Your coach, was your coach a woman or a man?
Mel.
Was when you go to work, majority of the people that's just superior, but you're not teacher.
I'm a teacher.
You're a teacher. You're a teacher. But when you was just regular old everyday working, majority of the time, I'm sure if we took a statistic, a lot of the leadership roles in your occupation are held by men.
Yes.
You know, when a dude goes through and he's raised by a single parent, just as his mother, the first thing he says is, "I need to find me a male influence to model myself after."
Yes.
So they're encouraging you and teaching you how to be. So that's real nurturing.
Yeah.
What women, not saying what all women do, I don't want to throw the umbrella term on it, but there is a point where you're not nurturing or helping that child develop. You're actually forcing him to digress, like to fall back.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's not what he could have been.
Well, because the thing is, we find a fine line between actually nurturing you for success and trying to fill that void that we're missing.
Right.
And I've seen, I'm not saying this happens in all households, but a lot of single women do not nurture their children, especially boy children, to be a good man. They basically show them the things that, what they're lacking in the house, and
that's what you do now.
Yeah, that's what you supposed to do.
Mm-hmm. I hate that term when I see. Don't get me. In fact, you know what? You can't get me wrong on this. I hate that term when a woman walks up to a young man or a single mother and she hit him with that. "Oh, you the man of the house now," because the father left. You the man of the house.
Yeah.
Be like, no. He needs to be a kid.
Exactly.
Now you can make him. He's in charge while I'm away. But don't give him the title of man before he's reached manhood and fully understands and grasps the concept of I'm
because there's a lot of young boys out here that have grown up with that mindset. Mama said I'm the man, so I'm a man. And you can't tell me I'm not a man because
you're not mama.
Mm-hmm. And with that being said, and it sounds bad, but a lot of the boys out here that you see now, they're overly either soft or like just, what's the word I'm looking for?
Emotional.
Like just emotional when it comes to the opposite sexes, because that's all they know. Mama taught me these things.
Right. And then that syndrome where a young man will instantly put his mom on a different type of pedestal. Because don't get me wrong, I put my mom on a pedestal. Like,
yes.
That's mom. And then, and my wife has her own pedestal. That's my wife. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's not a pedestal of, oh no, she's they're infallible. There's nothing that you can do wrong.
Yeah.
Like, my mom can do wrong.
Agree.
You know what I'm saying? And if it is wrong and I feel like it's wrong, I'd be like, Mama, now, but it's also, I know my place. I'm like, I'm still your son.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to voice my opinion about it, but at no point, I'm going to move, but at no point is somebody else going to come here and disrespect my mama. You're not going to do that. You're going to have to.
I could do that. You can't
do, and then, you know what I'm saying? Because I know when I do it, it's from a 100% concern. Like, nah, I need you to understand, Mama, that this is not okay. Like, and this is why. And it's not because I'm trying to come down on you. No, I want to see the absolute best for you. And because I do want to see the best for you, and I know that's my ultimate intent, nah, we ain't gonna move like that.
Exactly.
Wife, same case. Hey, you know what? I know what we doing. We ain't gonna move like that. And this is why.
But as the man of the house, that's partly your job, is like, hold up. Because I don't believe nobody's above reproach.
Right.
Like, if I can't tell, hey, you a little out of line on that one, or that's a little wrong, I could say that. Right. I ain't gonna, like, for example, my kid, I could get on to my kids about certain things. My wife could get on my kids, their grandparents, people that I know genuinely love them.
Yeah, it's all love.
Yes, you genuinely care about my child. Yes, get on to my child because that's how it's supposed to be. But what a lot of people nowadays will do is like, I'm the only one that can say something. Even if you see my child doing the most mess up, this despicable things, only I can correct them. You do realize that's going to be the issue in life. Mm-hmm. So when the police come over and try to correct your child.
You ain't my mama. You ain't my dad.
Well, you can't tell me not to do that.
Yes, I can. I can.
Like, you know what? And it was funny. I tell a lot of people this, and younger people too. Your mama ain't gonna be there when the police come and get on to you about you doing stupid stuff. And if your mama get involved and you turn 18, your mama going to jail with you.
With you, y'all gonna be
like both of y'all gonna be in matching handcuffs.
Mm-hmm.
Turn to the side,
squad car, getting that good mugshot.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Like everybody think they mama gonna save them, and I can't stand when little boys be thinking that your mama ain't gonna save you.
My thing is, I don't want to put I'm happy about my siblings because their position isn't I'm gonna put my mom in a compromised position.
Exactly.
It's like no. I'm gonna stand on my own. I gotta get this my way. Granted, there's no doubt in my mind if I fell on hard times I couldn't reach out to them. I know I can.
Yeah.
But my primary focus is I need to be as successful as I can be so that hopefully one day I can be like, nah, mom, that work stuff you done. If I could find a way to retire my mama before 65,
oh, that'd be great.
If I could retire my pop before 60, done. It's over. We ain't worried about y'all. Go enjoy it. Y'all go do y'all thing. So I'm like, that's why I'm not looking for nobody to come and save me. I'm trying to save myself. Yeah. I don't want to stay afloat. I don't need a boat. I need a cruise liner. Like, we ain't just floating in the water. We living in luxury in the water. So, no, I don't have time to be stupid with mine. I don't have time to be foolish with mine. I gotta calculated moves.
But that's the whole idea. Is like with children nowadays, like, yes, you're supposed to nurture them to success. You don't, especially if you're not successful yourself. How you gonna show your child something you ain't got?
You ain't got. But that's the thing. That's why I feel like men are more nurturing. Because, you know what I'm saying? The family man I am and all the, you know, the skills, how I feed my family currently was given to me by my father.
Yes.
Like, the skill, I'm able to
hustle, work.
I can take my hands and I can go make money. Somebody gonna pay me to do something with these.
Yes.
My mind, same way. If I think enough, you'll pay me for what I think.
Yes.
But that came from my pop. He was like, no. You either gonna work with your hands or work with your mind. It's better to work with your mind. But don't treat your hands like they nothing too. If it comes down to that,
yes, you got a backup plan.
You got a backup plan. You can go touch it too. You can do it.
But that's one of the big issues in today's society. We don't want our children to be successful. We want them to be our little peons.
Yeah, little peons.
Like, oh, well, I said that's what you need to do, so that's what's best for you.
Need to do.
No, that's not what's always best for you. Sometimes and this isn't just for boys, this is for little girls too. This is for anyone. If you're nurturing someone, hey, I want what's best for you. If I played football. I played football up until high school. I was good at football. But if I could find somebody that was in the NFL, you don't think they could take my child further?
Then I could. They've been higher. They understand what's required.
They know what it takes to get to NFL.
So they can, again, nurture your child in a way that will propel them in that field.
But that's the same thing. If you ain't never kept a man, and I'm sorry to say this, which it's a lot of ladies out here, not all, but there are great women out here that will show you how to treat your man. Why would you listen to the woman that had 4 or 5 babies by 4 or 5 different dudes, but she trying to tell you what you need to do to keep a man?
You gotta put that caveat on there too. She got 4 or 5 different babies by 4 or 5 different dudes who already had 4 or 5 different babies. Like, I saw an issue already.
Mm-hmm.
I decided I'm gonna put myself in that issue too.
That's like Future. Any woman that got with Future, you can't complain.
You can't
At all.
You already knew what was going
You
on.
knew what he had a plethora of kids. Now you thought you were gonna be the
I'm the one to change future.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I can predict the future.
Future
gonna be
talking
in the
about
s-
Valentine's Day now, and women over here like, oh, he just needs the right woman to love him.
Some people bro.
That's what we're gonna do
You
now.
put a cape on, don't mean you can save the world.
Yeah.
You just leaving it at. But like I said, sometimes nurturing a guy will nurture our homeboy. And we'll be like, bruh, you can move on. Or if you did mess, like if you messed up with your wife, bruh, I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna assess the situation. And I'm be like, you know what, bruh, you tripping. You need to go back and get with your woman. And this is where I feel like you went wrong. And then you could take, but I'm doing it from a positive place. I'm trying to get you back into a good space.
Yes.
Right? A woman, she'll be like, you don't need that man. But I'll be like, sometimes, you listen to your single homegirl and she nurturing you, sure. But she teaching you or preparing you to be alone.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you need to tell her, baby, unfortunately,
Yeah.
unfortunately, I see your current situation and your current place in life. I don't want that for me.
Yeah. And that's one of the things that a lot of people don't see. But I will tell everyone this one little thing you must know. And I believe everyone should take this to heart. No matter what you go through with your spouse, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, the main thing you need to do, shut up. And y'all deal with whatever issues y'all have. The second you put things on social media,
Oh, please.
that's like the worst thing you could
First
do.
of all, think about the term social media. You took your private life and made it social, and then media is entertainment. So you took your private life and made it entertainment for the world. Social media. Stop it.
And for the most part, because I've seen a lot of people do this, and I'm like, no, don't do.
You invited the world to comment on your life, and then I hate when somebody do it, and then they'll get like, no, you can't talk about this and that. Don't talk about him. They'll be like, wait. You saying that now, but you weren't saying that when you took your page, your number
Your little
count,
fingers.
and you was out there on your soldier, and you was typing it up and putting me into your world.
Yeah.
You gave me the ability to pry into something I should not have access to.
Like, if you love somebody, work it out.
That out.
Well,
Work that
figure
out
it
with the
out.
person.
Yeah.
Don't work it out through your homegirl or your homie. Work that out with that person. So like, hey, let me reach out to you. Let me tell you about how this is working for me, or not working for me.
Like, if you agree whether you agree men are more nurturing or women are more nurturing,
I say men.
one thing you have to do is understand, is this really what's best for the kid, or you just trying to show somebody up?
Right.
Because some people will be like, oh, I'm just trying to be the winner. There's no winners.
There's no winning. In relationship, the relationship itself is the win. So
Yes.
anything that puts you outside the relationship is effectively a loss.
I'm not competing, and I will never compete with my spouse. I will never.
Not my job.
That's not my
not why we
forte.
here. That's not
Like,
why we
hold
here.
up, hold up. I got battle with you,
You know what I'm saying?
and it's bad because nowadays between black men and black women, we battle more.
But
Like,
that's also
who's trying to get more dominant.
That's also because we can go down that road. We ain't gonna go down it today. But when you start putting the man wage and the woman wage around the same thing, like equality, the thing about it is equality in that argument for the most part is an argument for other races. When it comes to black people and you start talking about equality,
Yeah.
for the most part, it might be a small variance, but it's not enough to actually count.
True.
We on the same playing field. Right now, they having an argument right now to where protect black women. Black men don't protect black women. And on the exact other side of the spectrum is protect black men. and black women don't protect. But in reality, we all in it. If we stopped all that foolishness and just said we in this together, the reason we need to say we need to protect all of us across the board, all black people. We need to protect us is because as much as you want to believe that you're viewed differently than a black man, you're viewed almost the exact same. Like Breonna Taylor has shown us that on a no-knock raid, a black woman could die just as well as a black man, like easily. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's been women out there who been arrested and disappeared, all the same stuff. And I'm not trying to go into a whole bash the cop situation. Like, I ain't got no issue with no cop. I'm hitting y'all with that line. My friend, one of my best, one of my best friends is a cop. Like, one of my close friends is a cop. And that's an honest statement, though.
Yeah.
So I'm like, no, I know it's people out there who looking out for everyone's interest, like everyone's best. He don't care what color you is. Hey, if you're doing wrong, I'm gonna take you to jail. If you're not doing wrong, I'm gonna do my absolute best to protect you. Mm-hmm. I know it's cops out there like that.
Yes.
Not foolish.
I know there's a lot of cops out there. Right. Like, that's, I guess my thing is, and I want everybody to really understand this. If we're not doing this together, why are we even doing this?
We gotta stop. First, we gotta start.
Too much.
We gotta come to a decision that competing against or competing with a black person. Sure, there's healthy competition. If you know your resume stack up better for this job than that person's resume, yeah, it's healthy competition.
Yeah,
because the best man should get it. But when you start going to the point of, oh, no, it's black men against black women, it's black men against black men, it's this, that, the third. If ever you have to put yourself in opposition to a way that my quality of life has to be diminished in order for you to excel or be propelled into the next status level, stop. We as black people on the same accord. All of us need love and respect. All of us need to be understood.
True.
And like I said, when it comes to that, a lot of people are striving for the equality that the black people actually have. We reached a level of equality.
Yeah.
You can be heard. You can be heard. It's just that when we try to step into that next level, that next stratosphere, it's hard, like on a worldwide scale with everybody and all inclusive, that's what we lacking. And that's because there's dissension amongst the ranks. I want to ask the next question. So, if you are dating someone with kids, this came up on my homeboy. I read it through my homeboy Dane, right? Who was also a host here at one point.
Mm-hmm.
I read it through his page. It was a video, and it said, if you're dating someone with kids, do you bring food for everyone on the date or just the one you with?
It depends on how long we're okay, I'll say it like this. If we just started dating, no, your kids are not my concern. I understand they're your concern, but that's because they're your children. I'm trying to get to know you. And yes, I do feel that if we start getting serious and we actually like each other, yes, we have to start bringing the children in because they're going to be around.
They need introduction.
But on a first date, second date, third date, no. Me and you are supposed to go out. I'm not getting no babysitters or anything like that.
I don't know. Well, that's what
I'm not getting no goddamn babysitter
look.
for a date.
All I'm saying is, when you trying to take a woman out of her situation, because if she's a single woman with kids, her finances might not be where you think they are.
Okay, so flip that situation. I got a baby. You ain't got a baby. How many women are going to get a babysitter for my child so we can go out?
Well, I'm going to tell you who's going to get that babysitter. You might not like who I'm going to tell you, but the government got that babysitter for you. It's called a mother. Mm-hmm. Unless it's circumstances where the mother is A, unfit, or B, not, alive, then you can go and you're going to be with your mama tonight. Because majority of the time, custody goes to women.
That's not because men don't want custody.
That's not because men don't want custody. I'm just saying how the law is set up. Majority of the time, the child will go with the mother. So you need to set your dates up in accordance to that.
So the whole thing that I'm saying is, so when that same thing be vice versa, she needs to set her dates up to where the day where the
Father,
children's father could do it.
When you start talking about that, you got to take it to account. Some women, you know, go through that process where the man I was with is the super enemy, and they want full custody, and they don't want nothing to do.
Then that's her fault.
And me personally, if I was to date a woman who had kids, I would personally want to know the relationship that the kids have with the father.
Yes.
And most women, like, you know, oh, he want to know this, so because the interaction that him and the father, the level of interaction that him and no. Usually, how you treat the last guy is how you gonna treat me.
Yeah.
I mean, I might in your mind be better, and hopefully I am. But the grand scheme of things, I know if you took full custody of that man kids and he's anywhere near decent, if he ain't your neighborhood dope boy, dope dealer, and I'm not saying all dope dealers and dope boys are bad people, because in my world, some dope dealers should be treated just like bootleggers. Some of them are heroes too.
Yeah.
But
it's the same thing.
Same thing. In my world, it was an illegal activity. He got paid, but he fed the hood. He fed the neighborhood. He fed these people. So I can't say that every person who then copped a pack or two is a bad dude. That ain't where I'm going to go with it. But I'm saying, if that dude has an undesirable profession and then he turns around and he's also an abusive person or this or that, and you then say, because for those reasons and the safety of my child, I decided that I wanted full custody. Okay, a sensible woman, and now she's talking to me who don't do none of that. So likelihood of me, you know, her needing full custody from me is minimal to none.
But how often does that happen?
Well, with me, it don't happen because
well, yeah, you ain't ever dated a woman with kids anyway.
I just want to do it.
But the reason I bring up some of these things is, don't get me wrong. Yes, if there is a issue where, okay, my children are not safe with this man, I could understand that more. I could even more sympathize with that. But that ain't the case in 90% of the time.
90% no.
Like, no, 90% of the time is either A, you feel that I should do that because it's my privilege to take you out on a date.
Right. But I'm like, at a certain, what point is it the woman's privilege to act like, if we really look at it apples to apples, bro, at a certain point, you are more valuable than the woman. Sometimes you can be more valuable to a situation than the woman you're talking to.
I'm a Granny Smith apple.
They ain't as sweet. I'm just saying, man, I might be a gala apple, but I'm sweet, bro.
I'm just saying, like the real thing is, like, give me a break here. Like, you can't ask me to do something that you wouldn't willingly do yourself.
But I'm just saying, if you gonna show interest in a woman, like, I could see it ain't gonna hurt me to, here go $50. That's gonna be the babysitting night you've invested. I need you to come out because this is what I want. I want you. You know what I'm saying? I can get that done.
But what about the woman that was like, oh, she wanted him to pay for the babysitter and bring home some food for the kids?
At that point, I'm like, what you want and need is not me. Reason being, because you have to take some level of, in my presence, because I know on a day-to-day basis you taking care of your kids, hopefully. But in my presence, you have to do it. So if I went as far to get you a babysitter, you need to be like, in my mind, I ain't never had a man say, I'm going to find you a babysitter because I want you that bad. Mm-hmm. I got you a babysitter. You should already be feeding your kids. Yeah. So it shouldn't be nothing, because now you ain't got to worry about who going to make sure they stay alive and safe. You got that already. What you need is to make sure they fed now, because the babysitter ain't getting enough money to feed your kids. I got you a babysitter. I removed the hurdle. I showed you my level of interest. I'm so interested in you. I'll come out of pocket and not only take you out, pick you up. I also bring somebody here that I bet to watch your kids, just for you to come on this date with me. You ain't finna tell me that I need to bring some food back because you 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 think your kids hungry. Your kids better not be hungry. What do you mean? Now, vice versa. If you went and got a babysitter, it ain't nothing for me to be like, oh, you paying the babysitter? Don't worry about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna throw I'll throw a couple hundred like here. That's for the babysitter to buy some pieces. Go get some movies to watch. Go, cause when I'm gonna take your mom away pretty much tonight. It's on. She coming with me, so y'all need to have a good time, cause she can have a good time.
You would think.
You would think.
You would think, but it's always gonna go. Okay, I'll say it. I'm trying to say it in the right way.
Say it how it need to be said, man.
Because
say it
my
plain.
thing is, we always talk about how, nothing should be assumed, but you should assume that I pay for your kids. Right. You should assume that I buy them food. I may pay for a babysitter. But you shouldn't be assuming that, you really like me. Like, for example, right. What I'm saying is because there's some ladies that do go out on dates just to eat.
Yeah.
Like, just to eat. You have no intentions on liking this dude at any point in time. But I am hungry tonight. So, you can pay for my kids, you can pay for that, and you can take me out on a date. And it's your privilege because
you get to do it for me.
Yeah, you're doing that for me. So, at some point in time, guys get the whole idea, which I don't think nobody should say it's your privilege.
It's not a privilege. That initial meeting, although history would tell you otherwise, because people have given it that, it's just like the term nurturing. Through time, we lost the true meaning.
Yeah.
In my world. And I say it's in my world a lot because it's difficult for you to defend and to defeat me for how I think. You know what I'm saying? Like, it might not be for you. And if that's the case, it's not for you. But if it's for me, it's for me. But like I said, over time, you lost it. Because in the beginning, your daughters and all them, the women in your life were property. So it is a privilege because you getting to take my daughter away, and to do that, you need to bring me some goats or some land, or you're a walking contract in the past. So because there was things associated with you. So yeah, my daughter is a prize because with you I can use you to barter.
Yeah.
Sad, but that's the reality that they lived in now. Now we don't live by that. And yet we want to keep the tradition. She's a prize. But I'm like, you can only be a prize in this world and in this time if you are actually a prize. Like, you have to show your worth as a woman.
You have to have some things that I want that I can obtain. Mm-hmm. Like, it's not a prize if I can never obtain it.
No, I can't get
like,
it. I can't get it.
I got this $1 million right here, but nobody can ever get $1 million.
Like, me taking you to eat isn't a privilege for me. Granted, it's an opportunity to get to know you more. The opportunity might be a prize in my eyes because I value, hey, I'm happy to take you on a date to get to know more about you. But if the only reason you're here is because you're hungry, instantly you're telling me that you don't value my time or my money as much as I value your time.
Yes.
Because I'm willing to sacrifice my time. And yes, women, contrary to your belief, a man taking you on a date is a time sacrifice. The time he spends with you is worth far more than the dollar amount he puts out for you on the date. Is what it, especially if he's a millionaire type dude. Because at that point, my time is worth so much money. I could spend it getting that money, but instead of getting that money, I'm now dealing with you, and I'm not making any. I'm actually losing some. So my time is far more valuable than my dollar amount. I gave you that time on consignment, and I'm giving you the time plus money because I want you to actually genuinely get to know me. And most women in this, and it's mainly because of the culture. And I'm saying the hip hop culture is assisted with this. Your media outlets have assisted with this. They have this sense of entitlement to where no, a man is gonna do this for me because I am a woman and this, that, and that. Like, no, we not. We're both either we both losing here or we both gaining.
True.
If I'm here on a date with you, cherish the fact that I gave you my time. I can't get it back. I can't. I don't care if I put you on a yacht or I take you down here for the 2 for $20. I gave you this.
You know how many women have said had an issue on social media with the 2 for $20?
I'm like, if it's that bad for you, like, if you know, because my time is so valuable, if you know what I got right now financially is a 2 for $20, and you like, no, let's just go somewhere where you can spend your whole 20 on you and I'll spend my whole 20 on me. Because the primary focus of a date is to know more about me.
True.
Because my ambition might not be able to get me $20 a day, but it might propel me in a different way. Who I am, a man's value, for the most part, until a certain point, ultimately increases. It's just how it is. Over time, I'm gonna learn something. I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna keep pushing the envelope, becoming more than what I am today. That's my that's the overarching goal of a man.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you got 2 for $20 today. You might have Red Lobster tomorrow. You might have Papados the next day. Then you have Ruth Chris. Who knows? But if I get you on a date and the only thing you trying to tell me is I'm finna complain about this 2 for $20, you know what? I'm sorry, I'm talking to the wrong person. My bad. I thought you was somebody else.
Yeah.
I'm glad I learned that. As a receipt came, I will gladly pay. Here, don't worry. I lost your number when I picked up the receipt. I'm gonna take you home. Get out. You ain't gonna walk me to the door. What for? You weren't looking for me to be here in the first place. I'm gonna sit right here in the car. You go ahead and walk up there. I'm gonna go and drive on my day. And I guarantee you'll never see me again. There's no point. I'm not even finna waste my time. If you can't value my time more than you value my money, leave me alone. Don't worry about me. I don't need it. I ain't looking for you.
Yeah. I mean, I could agree with that. I could definitely agree with that. Now, real quick question, and this was just funny. Because I saw it on social media. And yes, we do pull a lot of things from social media because that's where a lot of people talk it. It's social. So the thing was, on the post, it said, do not accept a date if you're not in your mind saying, yes, I could possibly consider myself sleeping with that person. Is that a valid statement or is that a...
It depends on because some women only see it to where it's either sleep with them or not. Because some women will tell you, I knew whether I would sleep with you from the second I met you.
Yeah.
So it's like sleep for some women, because their vagina is such a prize to them, they want to say, oh, that's why I know I shine. Just like you say in the fight, I know I can hold my own in the fight.
Yeah.
They put a lot of value in their sexual abilities. So they're saying, hey, am I going to show him that? Am I willing to give him that? And if that's your ultimate stance, like not everybody gets here with me, then yeah, if you can't see yourself at some point sleeping with that man, then don't do it. In my world, I would hope the type of women that I would deal with if I was still in the dating scene had far more to offer me than just that. So it's like, you know, my skill sets here. Like, if you can't see yourself, like, let's say a girl had this thing where she wrote books and nobody ever got to see the books. And it might be an insecure thing. Like, I really don't feel comfortable with it yet. I don't know. But could you see yourself showing me something that you'll show nobody else? Could you see that? Like, Could you see yourself opening up to me with a level of vulnerability that you could never consider yourself opening up to anyone else with? Like, could I be a potential candidate for that? Because at this point, it's a lot of women who say, "Oh, but you sleep with everybody, so really, that's like free before 11 at the club. Like everybody can get up in there."
Mm.
I'm not worried about that no more because the value of it has diminished greatly, and that's mainly because of, like I said, the culture and the times we live in. Sexual liberation. I respect the liberation, and I'm not telling you to unliberate yourselves. If that's what you want to do, that's fine. But because of that, because it's so vastly abundant, supply and demand dictates that if it's an abundance of a supply and anybody can get it at any time from anyone, is the value of it just as much depreciates. So you need to have something else to where you can show me the level of vulnerability that makes me say, okay, I know I've gotten somewhere with this person. Because now, everything is every date until you give me something else is just, I just view it as a one night stand. I did that with her, but am I going to talk to her tomorrow? Because I could have did that with somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Like, but if you, like I said, if you showed me, like, you came in and be like, I never show nobody my books. We having a good time. Hey, let me show you this.
Okay.
Because like you said, if you reveal something to your wife and she weaponizes it against you at any point, instantly that's a problem. But the fact that you're willing to give her something that she could potentially weaponize, if she doesn't, it's like, I can trust you to a level that I can't trust her, because not everybody gonna know the like when you cut 6 layers deep on me, everybody ain't gonna know B Hunt's really insecure about this. But it's some things that you could go and talk to my wife and be like, yeah, he's a little touchy about that. But you don't get it because you be like, I haven't talked about it all kinds of ways, but I didn't tell you about it. You kind of just whatever.
Yeah.
Her, I told you, and you know this. And anybody else, their opinion don't matter. You though?
Mm-hmm. Because I gave you the ammunition. I expect to get shot with it.
I'm telling you, I don't arm the army that's gonna fight me. I'm not buying tanks for you to mow me down with the rounds. I don't do that. I just don't do it. So yeah, I don't buy.
Respect.
But that's what I'm saying. As far as the sleep with part, if that's your highest value or that's something that you feel like nobody can get. If you're a woman who's absolutely a virgin and you're like, I could see myself potentially losing my virginity to this man, and because in your world you cherish that over everything, then sure. But it could just be a photo of your father or your mother that because they passed away, you ain't never told nobody that I'm really sensitive about that. Like, give me something that you can be vulnerable about. And allow and trust me enough to be like, out of everything, I ain't gonna mess you over with that. We can get out here, yell, fuss, fight, but I ain't gonna ever, because I know this is real. Everything else is really fiction. That one part, that one piece that you feel is real. I ain't gonna mess with that. If you can't get that on a date, then you probably shouldn't go on that date.
All right, I'll feel you on that. I'll go.
Yeah. With that being said.
So, as always.
Also, because, a lot more people are technically watching. I feel like we should do shout outs in the middle.
Okay.
We get 2 subjects in, then we just jump to the shout outs, and we that way, because I want people to know about these people that we telling you about, because they valuable people, man. And if you want to be somebody that we shout out, man, just tell us about who you is, and we, like I said, I want to move up the time frame, because we got to start. We support each other. That's what it's about. If you do something that you passionate about, man, I want to let you know I don't. I'm just as passionate about what you do as you are, and I ain't somebody like Rick Ross said it better than anybody I ever said. He said, "Showing love is free." He said, I don't get on social media trying to figure out who gonna like my page. Nah, I'll go like your page. I'll go like your post. It's free. I can show. I already bought the cameras. It's free. I'm gonna show you love. And I want to show you love when other people can see me showing you love, so they can show you love too.
Just in case you don't watch the end.
Yeah, if you don't watch the end,
because there's always somebody who's like, okay, that's enough for me. I'm good.
That's enough. I'm good.
Nah. But anyways, love to shout out my beautiful wife. Mm-hmm. Love you, baby. She does her. She does Wasted Desires with my sister-in-law. They actually have a lot of beads, have a lot of different anklets. They do waist beads. They do a lot of different things. Check that out, their page, wasteddesires.com. It's on Facebook, on Instagram, and their actual website.
Right.
Also, Traces Like Mine, Yanni Like Mine. Yanni products, if you don't know, ladies, they are feminine products to help people out. Traces Like Mine, those are basically a black hair care line actually helping out black women's hair, ethnic hair. Right. As most women will tell you, our hair, women's hair, black women's hair is way different from other races' hair. So, use the product that is meant for your hair. Also, like to shout out Nate Price, Grit and Grind. He's a great trainer. He helps out a lot of people. He is one of those people that it really cares about your fitness goals and making you the best you can be.
Right.
Also, shout out Aretha. She's at Northwest Mall. She has her shop up there. And I'm like, it's very nice when you see it. If you go in there, it's in Northeast Mall. I don't know why I keep saying Northwest Mall.
It just feel good.
But Northeast Mall is actually in there, body contouring, body sculpting. She does a lot of different things to make the woman look as beautiful as she wants to be. Or men too. They actually do men.
Yeah.
I haven't tried it, but there are men that have actually tried it, and it actually has worked for them. I don't know why I wouldn't try it, but I just hadn't tried it.
I mean, one day we might pull up on it and be like, all right, show me something.
Yeah.
Until that day, we ain't going to do that.
Yeah.
But we going to do that one day. We could. Of course, I want to shout out Cousin Mike, SOB. That's State of Being, not what you was thinking. He does his podcast right now. He's working with Casablanca. He recently got this job. It's like a dinner party, and he's one of the actors. But you have to solve a murder. Of course it's actors.
Okay.
But he's in there. He's doing that. I'll have to get the name of it so y'all can go and check that out. It's a pretty surreal top notch situation. You know what I'm saying? Outside of that, Tyler Bailey, Luxury Clothes by Luxury Guy. Then we also got D-Mac. He's a barber. I actually went to see him. So, top notch. He does his thing. Because I said I was going to get out there and do some artwork on his walls. And it's not this week, but next week. So I'm actually going to get myself out there and get that done. It's been a long time, and there's a planning part, and it's just because, things get crossed up. More so by me. But at this point, we're at a point where we're
going to make some things happen.
We're going to make that happen. So I'll be out there Friday. I have to get y'all an address because he's at a new location now. But I'll get you some addresses so y'all can see. And hopefully if you want to come check out some artwork by B Hunt, which I'm also going to try. I'm telling you, I'm finna start jumping back into artwork heavy. But I want to do it more so on in a digital space. So I'm using these cameras and things like that to put myself in an artistic type situation. And, it'll be everything from tutorials to just drawing something I like. And I want it to be more of a kick it space where people can come through. We just chat, we talk, but, I'm drawing at the time. So if you got a question, you can ask questions about the artwork. If you want to just sit back. Literally, I want how I envision it. I'm on here, I'm drawing. If y'all want to talk to me about it, cool. But if you see somebody in the chat room, y'all just want to have a flat out conversation back and forth, I want to be able to facilitate that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to have a space where we all get together, we just have a good time, and also have art going. So I'm gonna probably reach out to some other artists and try to do a collaboration. I got to figure out who do some other additional digital art. I got a couple friends on Instagram.
Mm.
I'm gonna reach out to them, see if they want to do like a back and forth. We all sit up and draw. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, of course you can pull up, of course.
Yeah.
You can just sit there and we'll talk.
Yeah.
You could be
Art
the
isn't
social.
my thing, but you
You could be the social guy. Just talk to them. Just be like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Talk about.
I don't mind talking.
Ask them people why they want to invite you to stuff. Hopefully one of them show up.
Like I say, people got beef with me that don't even really know why they got beef.
On that note, this has been another episode of Something for the People.
Be easy.
Hold it down.